Genesis 25. Yep. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of the finish, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Let me jump up to the book of Genesis 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So, like this ideology of, like she just came up here, this young lady just came up here, obviously, man, here in Babylon the Great, you can tell these people got, they gone, man. That's why we're commended by our Lord and Savior to speak light into these people, man, because they're walking, they're walking in utter darkness. So I don't know where she got her philosophy from. I don't know who taught her that, but according to the Holy Scriptures, these so-called white people, which is the nation of Edom, it was only by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that they was created, man, in the womb of Rebekah, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai told Rebekah that there's going to be two nations of people in thy room, man, in thy womb, and they're going to be separate, man. There's that struggle in the womb, man, that good against evil, man. They were naturally born enemies, man. Let's go. Let me jump back. Let me jump up, Salaki. This is the book of Genesis 25 and 22, and the children struggled together within her. And if you look at that word struggle means to oppress. So you had the children in the womb struggling, man. So that means oppressed, man. They was pretty much fighting each other, man, oppressing each other, man. And if you look at that word struggle, that's what that struggle goes into. Or the root word of that word struggle means to oppress, man. So you got one nation oppressing another. Prime example, the situation that we're in now. You got one nation, which is the nation of Edom, self-proclaimed white people, have the nation of Israel in subjection, man. He oppresses a man in his house and a man in his heritage, man. This right here was considered Gad's land, man. So Gad is being, which is one of the 12 tribes of Israel, is being oppressed in his own house, man. He's actually oppressing his heritage, man. The whole 12 tribes of Israel, our nation, man, our heritage is being oppressed here, man. That's why you were being called Black, Native American, Hispanic, etc., by words of Proverbs, man, because you were being oppressed, man. Let me go to that. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 2. And they covered fields and took them by violence, and houses, and took them away. So they oppressed a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. So that's one of the examples they done here in Babylon the Great, man. The nation of Edom took Gad's house, which is mostly Babylonians referred to as Native Americans. They took their houses by violence, man, by ill dealings, man, by treachery, man, by deceit, man. Over 500 covenants, peace treaties, let me say it like that, which are covenants, but 500 peace treaties, man, between the United States and the Native American have been broken by the United States, man. So they don't even live up to their end of the bargain, man. You can't trust them. Never trust our enemy. You had this lady up here talking about, you should trust our enemy and all. She says she believes in the Bible, but according to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10, it says never. That means under no circumstances you should trust your enemy. That's first you got to recognize you have an enemy. Now Israel does have enemies amongst Israel, and those are the 2/3, the non-believers. But first you got a primary enemy, and your primary enemy is Esau and Edom, man. That's the reason why Israel have enemies amongst Israel, because the devil is leading most of y'all astray, man. That's why you have the ideology or the mindset that you have today, due to the philosophies of Esau Edom, which is your primary enemy. That's why you're in the condition you're in. That's why that young lady is in the condition she in. She don't even know it, because you're still under captivity. If she wasn't under captivity, her whole mind state would be different. Her whole personality, her whole outcome of the way she look at life will be totally different to how she perceive it as of this moment, man. Because she's still under captivity, man. And the reason why you're under captivity is due to your oppressor, man, which is Esau and Edom. Repeat that again. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 2, Salaki. This is the book of Micah, Salaki. Chapter 2, verse 2. And they covered fields, and they took them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Thanksgiving. We just so-called celebrated. They up there calling themselves Indians or Native Americans, man, so they can reap the benefit. That's where you get that $5 Indian come from, man. Because you had these Edomites that came over here as squatters, when they came over here, period, and didn't have nowhere to go, no means of sheltering, feeding themselves. So word had it is that they was given, Gad land, and what is now known as reservations. And a lot of these Edomites said, man, they came up with there was a rumor that came about that, hey, if you pay $5, you will be enlisted as an Indian and you'll get some land. So you got Edomites swearing up and down that they, full pure-blooded Indians, but actuality they paid their way to be given that title, man. The $5 entity, the $5 Indian. That's how that came in existence, man. You got to know your history, man. And you got a lot of Edomites right now is wreaking havoc, man. So it's like that too, but wreaking the benefit of that ill deal, man. They're walking around oppressing a man in his heritage, man. They're saying that you're this, nah, I'm you. You know what I'm saying? Just like the fake Jews in Israel today. they're oppressing out here. They're saying that they're the real Jews. In all actuality, the real Jews are not them. The real Jews are the Israelites, man. Those they're the real Jews, man. That's what. So that's the nature of Esau, Edom, the devil, man. Very deceptive, very deceptful, very use deceit, man. That's what the devil does, man. So let's go to the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 25. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 25. And they were as a great Salakia. And they were what? And there was a great famine, Salakia, in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it until an ass head, Salakia, was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So we're gonna come into a hard turn, man, where these inflation prices gonna lead to hyperinflation and an all-life famine due to the all this stuff is by design, man. Everything that's taking place here is by design, because you got the super elites of Esau Edom has an agenda, and his agenda is that mark of the beast, man, to make way of the new digital era, man. That's how they believe they can continue on their legacy, man, is through their technology, their immortality, their way of living forever is through their technology. That's their ideology. That's why they want this hard transition into the digital age, man. That's why even in other parts of the world, man, they got robots as waiters. I think that's over there in Iraq, if I ain't mistaken. They got they don't got, they got robotics, robots actually serving at these restaurants, as they waiters and waitresses. They got robots, man. So they're pushing this whole transhumanism age throughout the globe, man. That's why you see a lot of these movies where you see, I think it's called maybe this movie called Transcend and movies like that, because that's one of their agendas too, man. So they can feel like they can live forever, man. And how they perceive that they can live or reach immortality is by their technology, man. So Esau Edom is to never be trusted, man. He also has an agenda to depopulate the globe, man. As most should know by now, but you got a lot that don't know. That they have a Georgia Guidestones, and they tried to portray that they don't know where they came from. I think it's around what, late 1960s or something like that, or somewhere around that time, that these Guidestones was mysteriously erected. Nobody knows, but there's already a documentary out there that goes into how they came into existence, man. They know more or less it was a guy that went and was seeking out you know how to make these stones and how he wanted the stones made and different languages and things of that nature. He needed finances, so there's documentaries on that. They're trying to portray him like you know the the Ten Commandments, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So that's Esau Edom portraying himself as the Most High, sit up in the seat of the Most High, professing to be the Most High, man. So he's mimicking the things that the Most High done to further deceive the people, man. Oh, these mysterious gods, to them it was a mystery. They excavated, found, the Ten Commandments, and to them, it was a mystery. They had to figure out what it was actually, these tablets actually said, and things of that nature. So they're doing, all the devil do is deceive, just like the image of Yahweh Shai, man. That's deceitfulness, man. He's deceiving the masses. He took down the real image of the Most High and put up his image to further deceive the masses. But back to this Georgia Guidestone, they want the population to be no more than 500 million people, man. In the world today, I think they say the population is around 7.5 billion. So they want to exterminate 7 billion people, man. That's a lot of people, man. And you even got this so-called Bill Gates. And this is not no conspiracy. This is not no conspiracy. He's actually on recorded footage saying that by the use of vaccines, they can depopulate the world, man. So they're the harbinger of death, man. See, they're not about promoting life, man. They're all about death, man. That's what Esau Edom is, man. The harbinger of death. That's why you got chemtrails in the air. You got your water supply is contaminated. You got forever chemicals and everything that are cancerous. And it's in your clothing, it's in your water supply, it's in your foods, and these are called forever chemicals, meaning that they cannot be deteriorated, man. That's why they coined the phrase, that's why they coined the phrase forever chemical. Your food, a lot of it is GMO. They're not organic. So you're eating synthetic food, which does not have the nutrients that your body needs. You're feeding yourself fake food. So that's just like putting, let me use an example. If you continue to put, like the right motor oil, if you continue to put the wrong motor oil in your vehicle, eventually your vehicle is going to break down, man, because you're not putting the right things in that motor to keep it running the way it should be running, man. That's just with your body, man. If you continue to feed yourself things, synthetic food, GMOs, in your body, man, your body, fake foods, man. They're not organic, they're not real, they're man-made, they lack nutrition. If you continue to put that stuff in your body, man, your body is gonna break down. That's why you got cancer rate is at an all-time high, man. You got people dying for all these different cancers, man. Colon cancer, liver cancer, kidney cancer, all these different heart cancer, lung cancer. And all that stuff is due under the watch of Esau Edom, man. All these cancer bound Uh, uh, Even when it comes to your medicine, man, you can't even trust your pharmakia. You know, that's witchcraft, man. You can't even trust the medicine that they try to say will help you sustain life or help you to overcome or prevent illnesses because they've been tainted. You take this for, you know what I mean, you take this for, you know, high blood pressure, you can end up taking the side effects is probably a heart attack or loss of, you know, feeling in your right leg or something. So with them trying to cure you or trying to help you, they're killing you at the same time, man. So you can't even trust these devils, man. With their, and it's already known that they have herbs that can cure a lot of the illnesses that people are suffering from today, but they don't want you to know that, man. Natural grown products that can cure the human body, man. But they don't want you. They want you to rely on their pharmakia, uh, medicine, man. Modern day medicine, man. These pills or whatnot, man. That has side effects that sometimes are worse than what you're trying to treat, man. Try to, you know, I'm trying to. My blood pressure's a little high, and you take it. And it could be possibly the side effects of a heart attack. So you possibly end up dying for taking this dude's medication, man. So they're the harbinger of death, man. You can't trust these guys, man. You can't trust Esau either, man. Never trust our enemy. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10, man. But we're facing a famine, man. Death is around the corner, man. But we're here as commanded by our Lord and Savior to prophesy these things, man. More or less to warn our people, man. That, hey, these times that we're coming into are going to be some real tough times, man. And a lot of people ain't going to make it, man. But through, through tribulation, man, much tribulation, that we will enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. So these things have to come to pass, man, in order for the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be a perpetual kingdom here on earth, take place, man. But we're one of our people, man, because a lot of them is in the spirit of mirth, man. They don't believe, they think Esau Edom is the end all be all, man. They don't see anything past Esau Edom, man. They slave master, man. They don't see nothing past him, man. That's why a lot of them are going to bow down to him. A lot of them going to take that MOB, man. Like they're taking that venom juice, man. Every couple of months or weeks, a new variant come out. You know, because this thing, they're wrapping up for something, man. This so-called germ, man, it ain't going away no time soon, man. And it's already saying about that. These politicians already knew that. You know, when this so-called variant came into existence, man, that this so-called germ or virus or whatever you want to call it, it's not going nowhere, man. Because they have an agenda, man. First they got the, you know, what is it? What's the they got order out of KO, man. Create a problem and administer a solution, man. So they're creating these problems, man. All this stuff is by design. They're creating these problems so you can run to them seeking help, man. So-called government. What you gonna do about it? We need your help. What's going on? Because they can fulfill their part of the bargain, man, which is ultimately the MOB, man. So they want every last one of you, to say the less, or every last human being to be chipped, man. me get to the the book of Revelations 13 and 16. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all both, and he causeth all both, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So that's the time we're coming into, man. So it's gonna be to a point where you're not gonna be able to buy, sell, or trade without that mark, because this is gonna be a global thing, man. This is gonna be a global thing. This is a global world agenda, man. We continue on the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of